Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched Survivor Season 40, Winners at War, Episodes 10 and 11. I have fallen behind, and actually Episode 12 has aired earlier tonight, but I wanted to record about a quick episode about these two episodes before I forget all about them. So, spoilers ahoy if you haven't seen these two episodes and you don't want to find out what happened, who was voted out. Generally, that's mainly what I'm talking about because I can't remember a lot of specifics. But then stop listening. Go watch these two episodes, episodes 10 and 11. So episode 10 was fantastic because it was the loved ones visit, and all of the loved ones came, even the loved ones for those on edge of extinction. It was amazing. So they were all set up for a challenge, but then Jeff said, just kidding, there's no challenge. You all get to spend time with your families. It was great. And it's entire families, not just a loved one. It was like everybody's entire families. And it was so cool. I drew a little crying emoji for my notes here. So after all of that, they had an immunity challenge where they had the wobbly table and they had to spell out immunity and going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think the last time we saw this was Ko-Rong, which who won Ko-Rong? Was that person in this challenge? I can't remember, but it did not go wrong for Tony, who won the immunity challenge. Let's see. What did I write? I can't tell what that note says. Oh, yeah, Tony, he was amazed with himself because, he says, I'm made out of fast and sloppy. That required a slow and steady. So Jeremy, because Tony is not eligible, I don't know if Jeremy wanted to target Tony yet, but he definitely wanted to target him later on. He wants to split between Sarah and Sophie, and Sarah, meanwhile, wants Kim out. Sarah and Tony are arguing, and she's really upset because, why are you arguing with, let's get along. And then the idea comes up to blindside Jeremy, maybe. And so all the different alliances, I don't know. I don't understand. There's a lot of question marks on my notes here. But it seemed like it was split 5-5 between voting for Sophie and voting for Kim. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't remember. Honestly, it was a big gambit played by everybody because it was deadlocked. And it seemed like Jeremy was going to be the one. That's who was the big target. Jeremy was going to be the one voted out. But Jeremy had safety without power. And he played it. And he just left Tribal Council. And everybody else who was on his side, oh, what the hell? So Tyson, Kim, who else was on their side? I don't remember who else was on their side. But, Denise was there. And then, in addition to that, they kept interrupting each other. Sarah and Jeremy were like, no, wait a minute, Jeff. And then Joe, okay, what? No, never mind. Hey, wait a minute, Jeff. That was really great. It's coming back to me now. But eventually Jeremy got his play in first, and he just gets out of there. And then Sarah plays her steal a vote. And it was interesting. I wonder how it would have went if it went the opposite direction, if Jeremy had not left. I mean, she wanted to play the steal a vote anyway. But if she stole Jeremy's vote because they were playing to get out Jeremy, and then Jeremy left, that could have messed things up. But, yeah, it was a really well done play because she stole Denise's vote. And Denise played her idol, and she didn't play it for herself. No, Kim played her idol. She didn't play it for herself. She played it for Denise. because she thought maybe Denise might be the target now. But it was like a double bluff, because she didn't play it for herself. She didn't play it she did play it for Denise, but Tyson was the target. Also, before that, Sylvia's like, hey, why don't we just all stand up and just go talk real quick to figure this out? So it's completely crazy. This past week, I watched Guatemala season 11, completely 29 seasons ago. Completely different gameplay. Tribal Council is like 5 minutes of the episode, maybe. And yeah, completely different show back then. Completely different gameplay, completely different strategies. It's nuts now. But basically, the first 12 seasons of Survivor or so, Edge of Extinction is like those seasons. It's like those seasons where if Edge of Extinction was the entire season, which I like a lot. Go back and watch all of those. They're all on CBS All Access. But yeah, it was like a double, triple bluff, whatever. And I was super bummed because Tyson's voted off again. I got one, maybe 2 points from this whole episode. For my fantasy game. And then I think I only got like 1 or 2 points last week, the next episode, which I'll talk about in just a second. I didn't take notes about episode 11, but I think I can remember pretty all the important stuff. Some of the important stuff. I know who's voted off. That's all I can remember. And then I think I forgot to make my picks for episode 12, so I might be screwed. I might be out of first place now. I was still tied for first place after episode 11, but I think I voted. I think I submitted votes because I did look to see how my placements were, so I think I did submit some votes. But we'll see how that works out. I have no idea. I have successfully avoided spoilers, so I'm going to watch it right as soon as I finish recording this, so I can avoid all the spoilers. But yeah, that was a great strategy. Tyson didn't have any fire tokens, so he just flipped off, gave the double, or I think he just gave one middle finger to the fire token bins, and then he was off to head back to Edge of Extinction. So in the next episode, on Edge of Extinction, I think it was Parvati and Natalie. They come across a clue to find, it wasn't a clue. They found the actual thing. They found an advantage, but it was a blackmail advantage. It was to blackmail somebody out of fire tokens, and they could charge however much they wanted, and they could choose who they're blackmailing, and they chose Tony. They're blackmailing Tony. Tony reads the thing, and he's like getting super excited. He's like, this is the blackmail advantage, blah, 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 blah. But then at the very end, his heart sinks. Says, this advantage is being played against you. You must pay 6 fire tokens. He's like, what? Oh my God, I only have 3. So he scrambles and borrows fire tokens for other people. He borrows one from Ben, I think one from Nick, and one from who else did he borrow one from? He borrowed one each from a couple of different people. I totally lost track of all of the fire token quantities and transactions and all of that. But he scrounges them together because if he didn't, then he would lose his vote for the following Fibel Transel. And he wouldn't be able to win. He'd not be able to compete for immunity, all that. And there's a ticking time bomb for it, because they got an announcement like, oh, later this afternoon is the immunity challenge. He's like, oh no, I need to get it together quick. So that was pretty exciting. And among all of that, he finds an immunity idol. Amazing. And then he wakes up really early. Oh, this was after the tribal council, I think, or this was after the immunity challenge, I think. He woke up really early. No, this was before he got blackmailed. That's right. because he woke up really early the day after the tribal council, and he went to look for the idols. He finds it. He has a hidden immunity idol. And then he wins at he wins the individual immunity, and it's like everything is like this was like the dream season of Survivor in one episode for an individual. Like all the stuff you could hope to want to do, and then he sets up a blindside Sophie, who has an idol, has no idea, does not play it, and it's fantastic. It all works out so great. I loved it. This is one of the best gameplay episodes of Survivor yet. But now Sarah is totally screwed because she's a target now. She lost her other biggest alliance member and all of that. It's not exactly how it happens. I feel like he has the hidden immunity idol. I don't think he played it. Okay, I had to pause and go back and watch it real quick. The immunity challenge was holding up the little statue thing on a post using a long pole, and Tony won that. It was great. So I love the endurance challenges. I like the endurance challenges more than the things where they're running around. I guess in some ways running around is also endurance, but like there's just that drama of like, how much longer can I stand still or keep my balance, or just the littlest gust of wind will throw me off and all that kind of stuff. I love it. But yeah, so Tony is on top of the world. Sarah, oh man, if Tony wins the next tribal council, Sarah's so screwed. But if Sarah, well, if anybody but Tony is, Tony is totally screwed. Huge target. And we'll see what happens. So there you go. That's my really quick rundown of these two episodes. I really, really enjoyed them. I didn't take notes for the second episode, so there's probably a million things I could talk about as well. But the gameplay for in this season is not subtle at all, but there's like kind of, so it's like a whole different kind of game to watch. That a lot of the moves are really blatant. Everybody's kind of like just playing really hard, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It has led to some really entertaining moments, but then it's starting to get to the point where playing that hard, then there is like this sub game lurking underneath that might come into play more and more. And then, of course, all of the fire token things and the Edge of Extinction people and them like all like banding together and everything. I don't know what's going to happen over there. What kind of like what do they do with those fire tokens? They only need like one fire token to get an advantage for the challenge to get back in. Maybe they get like triple advantage if they have a ton of fire tokens. I don't know. Maybe they'll all say like, oh, let's all help our best chance. One of us has the best chance to win this thing. Let's band together. Old schoolers band together and help each other. I don't know. But we'll see what's going on. I hope the second person to come back from Edge happens very soon. But I mean, we'll see. It may have already happened. I don't know, because I haven't watched episode 12 yet, which I'm going to do in about 2 minutes. So yeah, let me know what you thought about these two episodes, episode 10 and 11 of Survivor Winners at War, by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe, healthy, and happy out there in all the infinite multiverses. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.